All right, guys, we're going to do a quick tutorial on First View. I'm going to share my screen. First, we're going to talk about water supplies. That's going to be the first thing we're going to do on First View. We had big plans of everybody doing pre-plans as crews, and we're going to implement that, and it was going to be awesome and great. However, as we got into it, probably best to do some baby steps as we go here. So soon, you probably already have them. If not, they'll be coming soon. Your water supply test list that will look just like this. And this was ours for 01 C shift, and it has ours highlighted. We had 4 to do. We went out and did them all and just wrote it all down on paper so I could mess with the putting them into First View. So you will receive these, and you also will receive your the standard water supply document that you will fill out. This gets filled out from the information on here, and then the information that you collect at the site. This will go back to Fire and Life Safety as usual. In addition to doing this, as a crew, we would like you to put it into First View. It's a new program, not super new, but new to everybody. We haven't really pushed it out fully yet. This is kind of the first part of that. So by now you have gone through the tutorial of how to log into First View, and that would be from Will. So when you get to First View, you will most likely be in the response view, the same thing that's on the iPad, and it looks very similar to this. You have your current calls going on, some options on this side, and some options over here. And you'll notice these hydrants. You can click on them, and it'll give you some information about it. All the hydrants on this list are from the Water Commission, and we can't really mess with them. They're all locked out. So not a big deal. We are going to create a water source today as if it was on our list. So if we go to the left side of your screen, it says hydrants. We'll click on that. We'll come down to hydrant list. It will pull up this list. These are all the hydrants from in our area. There's a whole pile of them. What we're going to do is create a new hydrant. So we click here on new hydrant. This brings up a map. This puts us on a random structure that it chose. What we're going to do is type in what is on our list. So we are going to use, I'll show you on this list that you guys got this Jerry Road called 2334 Jerry Road. So you would punch that in here, 2334 Jerry Road. And that puts us right in at that address. Right in here is the water supply, and it runs off an irrigation line with a deuce and a half connection. All we have to do is click on this and drag it over to the location. When we do that, you'll notice the Latin long over here will change. That way, that's kind of how this system works as far as locations go. So we're going to bring this over here. We're going to put it. So this marks that exactly where that water source would be. In there, the information that we want to capture in here, a couple things are super important. We have to change this from a hydrant to a water source. That will change the icon that we see on it. So we're changed to water source. Year installed does not matter. Color doesn't matter. None of this matters. Number of outlets. This will matter. If it's a couple deuce and a halfs or a 4-inch steamer port, whatever it may be. So this has a single outlet. It does not have a steamer port, and the size of the outlet is a 2.5 inch. We're not going to worry about flows, main size. We don't know any of this. The next one down here is facility ID. And this is important because this is how we can search this later next year when we look at our water sources, easily pulled up if we put this number in. So if we go back, I have the sheet in front of me here, but just as an example, if we go back to that list and we go to Jerry Road, the user occupancy ID is the number that we are going to use for these water sources. So 81013. That's the number we're going to put in here. Okay. Oops, I forgot it again. 80810. 3. We're going to skip this one. You can put when you inspected it. I think that's important. So let's just pick today for our example. Very important, we put notes in here. Think about this as you're trying to find this location at 2 in the morning and you're half asleep and you want all the information possible where this thing is at. And so we could put in across ditch behind bushes. You could also put something like FD signage in place. You could also put something like it's seasonal, or this one happens to be off irrigation, so you want to put that in there. Let's put C. Or whatever it may be, right? Something like that. That is all we need to do as far as information. We would love to have a place to put pictures in this setup, but we don't right now. We're working on that. But as far as your guys' portion of this, do not worry about pictures right now. So the most important thing is that we hit create, because if we don't do that, then our work is all for naught. So we go to create. And it is created. So if we want to go back and find that, let's go to responder view where we were before, as if we were going on the call. And let's put in search bar there. Right at the top here is our search bar. So if we type in that address of 2334 Jerry Road, this is what it's going to look like on our responder view, is this water droplet as far as water sources go. There's another one right here. This is one of ours on Erline Way. You can click on them. This is the one we did. Very similar to what that other one was, but this was seasonal, 50 pounds of pressure, April through October only. and when we serviced and checked it, or when we inspected it. The one we just did is our trial, and that's how it will appear on the responder view. So that is where, I hope that explains in a simple manner how that is all done. They are on the hydrant level. So if we back out of here, they're going to disappear. And we're working on that as well to see if we can get them to a bigger level. Because on a wildland fire summit, it would be nice to have to be able to see where our water sources are out in here. But right now the system is set up to come on at the same level that the hydrants would come on in our zoom in and out. Hope that explains it. In the future, we're going to get more and more into first due and ways to add pre-plan stuff. It's a pretty cool tool for the backseat guy or the front seat guy, but the backseat guys typically have more time to look through and say, oh, they've got solar panels, or they have a pool, or this is the key code, and all that will be in first due. It'll be pretty cool. So look for more of this in the future, but for now, this is how we get our water sources all figured out. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. In the video, hope you guys, if you have any questions, let me know, or Will is pretty up on this as well. Thanks a lot.